The schedule for tomorrow, as we are getting ready for this, will be as follows. Early start, 7 to 8 Dhanyashtakam, and then we will have 8 to 9 what? Breakfast. 8 to 9, 8 to 8:45 breakfast. 8:45 we will reassemble here for the mantra japa that will last till 12 o'clock till noon. So everybody assemble here at 8:45. Pandit ji is here and they will tell us what to do, where to sit, etc. And the Moola Mantra Japa will be done 1008 times. And followed by Abhisheka. Everyone can come with their kalasha and don't pour the entire kalasha. We don't have the plumbing necessary for that. So just a little bit, and you can take the rest of the water home if you want and bathe in it, or put it in your house or around your house. All that you can do. So the class schedule tomorrow 7 to 8 Dhanyashtakam, and then we'll have a class at 4 o'clock, not 4:30, 4 o'clock. What shall we have? Bhagavad Gita. And then Shivam's class will be, instead of Satsang, at 7:30. Is that okay? Yeah?
I think people are looking forward to Satsang, Swamiji.
We are having it today, just now, yeah. So Satsang, today is the last Satsang, all right, yeah. And we'll stay a little extra and finish it, don't worry. Whatever needs to be done. So Shivam's class will be at 7:30. So we have a full day tomorrow. And then day after tomorrow, 7 to 8 Shivam's class. And then 8 to 9 breakfast, 9 to 10 Dhanyashtakam, concluding Dhanyashtakam. All right? Any questions about the schedule? Yes?
People are learning singing songs and then dance for you to demonstrate their skills, their talents in front of you. All the young ladies.
They are learning songs and dances?
Yes, they want to perform.
They are all protesting here, sitting in the front.
The young ones are interested only. The old ones are not interested.
Where do you count yourself? Huh? Where are you counting yourself? That was a good save. How many, what about Sadhana Panchakam? How many classes do you need? Two classes to finish?
It's okay, Swamiji. We don't need to complete.
No, we have to complete. Absolutely, we have to complete. People will not like to go home without completing.
So
You could,
we would need
2 classes, okay.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what to do. Can you dance on a full stomach after lunch?
We can do 7
Yes,
to
yes, she's saying yes.
7 to 8 Sadhana Panchakam.
That is on the last day, on the 31st.
Even tomorrow,
Hmm.
a little bit earlier in the evening, 7 to 8, and then 8 to 8:30 we have our presentation.
Instead of
Didn't-
7:30, yes.
She said your class was 7 to 8.
No, he is saying instead of 7:30 to 8:30, he wants to have 7 to 8
Yes, ma'am.
tomorrow. And then, no, 8 to 8:30 means it will go till 10. Not Sadhana Panchakam, the other field. Yes. So I want to preempt that. The other way we'll do 7 to 7:30, a short program, 7:30 Sadhana Panchakam. See, now we are safe. So, schedule again, let us go over. Yeah. Tomorrow, 30th? So we are having Moola Mantra Japa. Online people can join, no problem. It will just be on Zoom It will not be on YouTube immediately. We can later on put it, although I don't know if people will be interested in that on YouTube. But it will be on Zoom. You can put it on Zoom, on the phone. 7 o'clock tomorrow, Dhanyashtakam. And then 8 o'clock breakfast, short breakfast. 8:45, everybody must be assembled here to get instructions on how to do the Moola Mantra Japa and how to do the puja. Everybody will have a small plate and all the things needed for puja. And then noon lunch. And then after that, 4 o'clock, Bhagavad Gita. And then 7 o'clock, 7 to 7:30, short, with emphasis on short. Cultural program, 7:30, Sadhana Panchakam, that is for the 30th. 31st, 7 to 8, Sadhana Panchakam, and then breakfast, 9 to 10, concluding class and valedictory. You can, if you feel like, you can share some things about the retreat, what you want to share, things like that. There will be place for that. All right. Any other questions? Okay.
Tomorrow will we have yoga and other things also?
Forget all that. Yeah. No time for all that. Just whatever we have said is there. No time for meditation also. We'll be doing mantra japa, that is like a meditation for both the days. It covers. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sah Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Let us see. In chapter 3 of what? Bhagavad Gita, chapter 3, Krishna tells Arjuna that it is better to do one's own dharma imperfectly than somebody else's dharma perfectly. But we live in a world where we are taught that our job must be something that makes money in order to live a good life. So many people are not living their true purpose, including myself. I don't want to live like this anymore. But as I have been so conditioned, I have no idea what I am meant to do or how even to begin discovering it. Can we have some practical advice to help people to discover their true purpose? See, Swadharma, as I said, has two components. One component is a no-brainer. Whatever is in front of you, you have to do. And sometimes it's not even yours to do, but you end up doing it anyway, because nobody else is there. You're walking and a child is there by itself and it rushes to the street. What are you going to do? You're going to say, this is not my child, this is not my Swadharma. You're not going to sit there thinking like that. It needs something needs immediate attention. This is just one example, so it needs immediate attention. So you're going to jump and do this. So Swadharma has got that kind of an alertness built to that. It has a certain, the ability or the capacity for being present. So this is the first component of Swadharma, and forget true purpose for now. Let us at least perfect this. So it requires alertness. It requires mindfulness. That is why all the practices in the tradition have to do with becoming more and more mindful, more and more present, more and more alert. We can't afford to be in the world and bulldoze our way through life. We have to be alert. What kind of an effect I'm having on people? How can I lead a life of more and more non-disturbance? All these things feature into that. So Swadharma means what is there for me to do. And that is one part of it is a no-brainer. If you are a student, what is your dharma? To study. Simple it is. If you are a parent, what is your dharma? To take care of the child, to take care of, to make sure that it grows up well. If you are a spouse, you have certain dharmas. If you are a mother, father, you have certain dharmas. If you are a son, daughter, you have certain dharmas. This is one aspect of Swadharma. It's very beautiful. This is a very important aspect of Swadharma. And this is not something we can worry about, because it's very clear what to do. This is not something to think about. This is not something to say, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. You do know what you're supposed to do. You may not know how best to do it. You may be figuring out a few things, but still you know what is there to do. If you have a job, what is your dharma? Go to the job, show up, and do what you have to do. You may still be learning. You may be making mistake. It's okay. But still, that is what you have to do. This is Swadharma. Now we have the second component of Swadharma, which is basically the finding the purpose for which one has been incarnated in this particular upadhi. Why we have this particular upadhi? Why somebody is born in a man's, why is one jiva is born in a man's body, another jiva is born in a woman's body? Why some people can sing very well and other people cannot even open their mouths? Yeah. And why some people can dance and other people have two left feet, they cannot even lift the foot properly. Why is that? There are certain things. There is a purpose. It's not purposeless, because the whole Jagat, the way the Bhagavan has ordained and made this Jagat is that it is full of purpose. There is nothing that is there from a small little aspect of creation all the way to Brahmaji that is not having a purpose. It definitely has a purpose. And that purpose has to be discovered. And it may take many lifetimes, but there is no hurry. There is no pressure. Let it come. And as the raga and dvesha, the strong preferences, like this person said, to make money, etc., the strong preference to make money, to be successful, to conform to the societal, societal conditions of success and all these things. Then in that process, those become one's ragadveshas. Society's ragadveshas, one has taken on the macro ragadveshas of the community, of the family, of the society, one has taken on, and one is busy reproducing. So there is no place to know that if this is really what is supposed to come through me, or I am just spinning my wheels and just being small. There is no way to know, because the force of the societal impulses which one has internalized, because everybody is like that, I should also be like this, there is a pressure. That is how it is. And even to take on Vedanta, there is a pressure not to do that. 1 or 2 retreats, they will say, okay, fine. If you keep going, they will start to get worried. Yeah, is there some sorrow in your life? Yeah, you have such a good family. Why do you keep going to ashram? What's wrong? They will ask things like this. They will ask, that's one thing. But then people internalize that. And so, therefore, this is something that, so we cannot be bothered about what society thinks and societal ragadveshas. We can only see and be true to ourselves and not internalize that. This person is called Dhira. And the Kathopanishad says very well, Paranchikhani Vyatrinat Swayambhuhu. Lord Yama says it's as though the Bhagavan has destroyed us. Why? By making all the sense organs face outside. So that we keep having a big premium in engaging with the external world, and there is a poverty. There is an inner poverty, a spiritual poverty where we don't engage with ourselves. So first this is Lord Yama telling Bhagavan, you have destroyed the human race. Why? Because first you put the eyes and the ears outside, and then you call them distracted. and then you tell them they are not going within. How can they go within? It is a kind of a paradox here. Kaschit dhira. It takes one person. So what does this person do? Dhira is dhanya, somebody who is a thinking person. And what does this person do? The avritta chakshuhu revolutionizes the vision, revolves the vision to go within, and mindless of all the wonderful jagat and all the things that are there to enjoy, wants to only know the Atma. Antaratmanam aikshat avritta chakshuhu amritatvam icchan, desiring this immortality. And so, therefore, this is what it's going to take. It's going to take a certain inward journey. And not just one day. Okay, today I have gone inward, nothing happened. Yeah, it is a process. It takes just letting go of all the other things which are distractions, which are obsessions, which are addictions, to let go of that and then focus inward and then deal with all the pains and sorrows of raga, dvesha, etc. And then one is in touch with the authentic way in which one should be leading one's life. But even if that does not come, and if one doesn't get to that in this life, it's okay, because the other component of Swadharma is there, and if we do that, it protects, and then it leads us here. It leads us to understanding this part also. Then, question number 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 6, 7. 6, 7. And then, okay, 6, 7. All right. There again, next one, 1, 2 starts. All right. Let's see. Chanting Rudram. Rudram, you said in class, it's a powerful mantra. I have heard you say Mananat Trayate iti mantra. Is Mananam different? Is Mananam the same as Mananam in Shravanam, Mananam Nididhyasanam? Yeah, well, here it means Mananam means in repetition, keeping on, contemplating on it. Yeah. When I perform the puja and the priest chant the mantras, I try to revel in it, but I don't know the meaning of it. Even though I listen to Swami TV's explanation of the meaning of Rudram, I do not remember any of it now. Yeah, this is true. Yeah. Forget Swami TV's explanation, 25 classes. many of us will not remember what we studied this morning. So it's okay. It's all right. That is why we have to keep doing again and again. Yeah, then we won't remember. Because again the thrust of the raga dveshas is so much present that the mind is occupied. And so we use a pea-sized mind to gain this knowledge. And still, that's why I keep saying, if we get this knowledge, it's not because of us, it's in spite of us. Yes. So yeah, this is good, to be honest. It's very appreciable. So I do not remember any of it because it was 3 years ago. But I chant the Rudram many times in a month without knowing or remembering the meaning. In the above situation, how is Mananam happening and how is it protecting the person? Well, this is a good question because you see, the Rudram is not an ordinary chant, and you see it has certain swaras. And the meaning is there. If you know the meaning, yes, there is a deeper engagement. You know the meaning, and that arthas puranam takes place. You see, you actually visualize the meaning, and there is a very powerful connection between the words that you are chanting and the meaning that is arising in the buddhi, and there is a deeper immersion into the Rudram experience. But let's say, okay, you listen to the Swamis and then you did not remember this. Doesn't matter. Somewhere in the subconscious it's there. All the 25 classes are there. Not to worry. They are there. They may not be available to just, come out and say, what is the meaning of Ushnisha? You won't know. But it is there somewhere. And it has done its job, in a sense. Whatever it did, when you listened to those 25 classes 3 years ago, it has done the job. What has its job? It has ferreted out some of the ignorance. It has kept you in touch with the mantra. And so in a way, it has done its job. Whatever it had to do at that time. Doesn't mean that you shouldn't listen to again or none of that. But what it did at that time, I'm saying, it helped. Then, after that, now when you chant it, there is the powerful sages who channeled this mantra, and then the parampara of chanting it, which has come from Guru to Shishya, from Guru to Shishya, like this, repeatedly, that blesses. The swaras which go up and down, if you learn them correctly, that swara also, that it has a certain kind of energy, that also blesses. This is how it is blessing. This is how it is protecting. Okay? Yeah. When few of us chant Rudram in some puja, many people say the vibrations were great, etc. What are these vibrations? Isn't everything swaras? Similar swaras may be present in tillanas sung by accomplished singers. How are these different? They are different. Each thing has a certain resonance. Music, this is not music. Veda is not music. Even Samaveda is music-like. For music to be there, you need a minimum of 5 swaras. Samaveda stops short at 4 point something. Yes. So it is musical without being music. This is not music. This is not supposed to be sung. People will sing. It's a very difficult, these are the occupational hazards of being a Swami. They invite you and they say, well, I have put the Taittiriya Upanishad to music all by myself. And we have to sit and listen to that, okay? Yeah. So this is not music. I'm not saying music is bad. Music is beautiful. It has the ability, music is Ishvara. Of course, everything is Ishvara. All sounds are Ishvara. Nada is Ishvara. Music is Ishvara. But what Veda does, music cannot do. It's different. Music also for us, music also is a form of prayer. It's all prayer. It's all adoration of various deities. Anything you take, especially if you take South Indian music, North Indian music also, but we had a rupture in North Indian music because of colonization by the Mughals. They were fond of the music, but they couldn't handle the words. It's all surrender, it's all prayer to Hanuman, to Rama, Krishna, Devi. They could not handle it. Therefore, in North Indian music, you have lot of alap, you have lot of alankara of the swaras without words. They couldn't handle the words. But when you go to South Indian music, Carnatic music, you see that the words are all prayer. And every raga has a certain name, has a certain devata. The raga itself is a devata. And it has a presiding deity. And then it has certain healing qualities. So, music is also prayer. But it's different because, see, the music is composed by various sages. We have so many sages. The Veda is Apaurusheya. Veda is not music, first of all. Second of all, it is not human-made. It is given by Bhagavan. Even music, the musicians will say it is given by Bhagavan, it is true. But here there is somebody putting it into scale, putting it into rhyme, putting it into verse. But the Veda here is just given by Bhagavan without any human intervention. So in that sense, there is no human error. Even by mistake, there is no error. So therefore, when the Vedas are chanted, I won't call them vibrations because these are all overused words. Yeah. Supreme. You know, what is supreme? You know, it's best to leave it for gasoline. Yeah, no, don't bring it here. Yeah. Supreme always goes with unleaded. That's all. Keep it there. Yeah. Supreme, divine, and this one also, bliss, and this word also, vibrations. So there is a certain energy, let us say, that you can't put a finger on because it is sukshma. Sukshma means subtle. It cannot, therefore it is difficult to measure, it cannot be measured. But it is there. Because you listen to it and then you feel a whole lot better afterwards and you forget what you were stressed about, which is very nice. And so it has a healing component and it has the ability to pull people out of samsara and make them prayerful. So that is the Veda. How would just listening to the mantra protect us in the Rudram? We have talked about that. And then when the priest is doing puja on our behalf, how are we getting the punya? Because before the priest does the puja, tomorrow we'll see this, we will give our power of attorney to him. Yes. Spiritual power of attorney. Yeah. So just like how when you hire an advocate, a lawyer, an attorney, you don't know the law. You don't know one thing about the law. Not even one thing you know about the law. And here you have to defend yourself or you have to represent yourself. You need a lawyer. And then you hire a lawyer. And then what will the lawyer say? The lawyer will make you sign a piece of paper saying from this moment on until this matter is closed, I am your representative. And so you have given this, and that document is called power of attorney, meaning all your power has come to me. And so I am talking on your behalf. I am representing you. So similarly, we give the spiritual power of attorney to to Panditji tomorrow. Yes, oh look, here he is. Yeah, right time to make entrance, huh? Yeah. So we give the spiritual power of attorney, and then we say in as many words that you are doing this, we are doing this, you are doing this for us, for our sake. So any yajmana, whether it's collective, tomorrow it's a collective puja, and in the individual puja also, if the priest comes to do on the behalf, then you give the adhikara to the priest, to the Panditji to do that, and then after that you are also clear, and the Panditji is also clear that the punya belongs to, the punya stays with you. Panditji is not going to walk away with your punya, okay? So that is, it is there, it is built into the ritual. All right, yeah. Then, why do we offer water to Shivalinga? Not just water, anything we can offer. Fruit juice and what else? This panchamrita, yogurt, milk. The idea is whatever we intake, we offer. And the water is like a bathing ritual. Whatever we do to the Shivalinga, we do to ourselves. And so that is the idea. And water has a very abiding place. It's in all cultures. Then in some traditions they offer libations and everything. That is also done with what? Water. And so it's a building brick of life, and it's a very good conductor for the mantra. So what is going to be in the kalashas tomorrow? Exactly. It conducts the mantra very nicely. It's a very good conductor of the mantra. So as the mantras Om Namo Bhagavate, etc., we are saying, and then so it becomes incanted water, very powerful. And that incanted water we pour over the Shivalinga, and then the blessings come to us. That is the idea. So mantrified water is called incanted water, where the chants have absorbed. This thing about water is amazing. One Japanese researcher, what was his name? Nobody remembers, but he has produced 2-3 very nice, what are they called, coffee table books. And so of frozen water in different places. In places where there is strife, war zones, and in places where there is nuclear disasters, Chernobyl, etc. And so many places he has taken the water frozen and done some kind of a very minute film, a photo of that. And there you can see the anger of everybody in the water. You can see the pain and the sorrows of everything in these various zones, militarized zones and difficult areas. And then that is the first book. The second book, they went a little further, and then they they kept some water, and then they got very angry in front of the water. Not on purpose, but they just sort of kept the water where two people were very angry and yelling at each other, fighting with each other, and then they froze the water and then they took the pictures. It's amazing. It looks like a monster, that water. It's amazing. They did a microscopic photography of this, and so we know that the water is very effective in conducting emotions, feelings, and also the reverence in prayer. So that is why the water is used. Okay. Then, during Pradosha, various dravyas, juices, etc. to the linga. What does this signify? Why should we offer food as dravya? As I said, whatever we are eating, we offer, and then when it comes back, what is it called? Prasada. That's what it is. Something delicious. It looks very nice. And we can easily correlate. Next question. we can easily correlate if we were to perform an Abhisheka to a baby Krishna. But Shiva, Parvati, Ganapati, Hanuman are adult forms. How do we relate to bathe them? I am presuming Abhisheka is the way bathing gods. The reason for it is because whenever I participate in Rudrabhisheka, I am struggling to be 100% involved in it. Stick with Shivalinga, easy, yeah. Then you don't have to worry, are they adults or children or whatever. There is no baby linga and adult linga, it's just a Shivalinga. Yeah. We shouldn't take the form too seriously because the form is the representing the spirit. You see, like if you're looking at the photograph of a loved one, if you're looking at your photograph of your mother, let us say, what are you doing? You're looking at the mother. You're not worried about the paper on which the photo has been printed. You're not worried about the frame. You're not thinking about anything. You're only looking directly at the mother. That's what you're relating to the mother in the form of the photograph. And what have you done? You have transcended the glass or whatever it is, the lamination. You have transcended the paper upon which the photo has been printed, matte, glossy, whatever it is. You have transcended also the frame. Here also the same kind of thing. So bathing is an immersive experience. Bhagavan doesn't need to bathe, okay? Yeah. You can visualize when you are bathing Ganesha that all my papas are being bathed off. You can visualize like that. That is also a healthy way. Okay? The place to not go is to say these are all adult gods, why can't they bathe themselves? If I have to bathe Bhagavan, how will he protect me? Don't go there, okay? Yeah, this is all symbolic. Don't go there. You will make yourself crazy. Like I said, stick with Shivalinga. No form. Shivalinga is the last frontier of before Amurta comes. No form. Formlessness. Okay, that was a very nice, entertaining question. Yeah. Then, if Chala is moving, Achala must be unmoving. And so, then why do we say Chitta Naishchalya? And if there is Chitta Achala, how would it be from Chitta Naishchalya? The same thing, no different. Yeah. Naishchalya. So, Nischala. Nischala is Achala, same thing. Different way of putting it. All right, yeah. Then, our mind can multitask, multi-threading, not single threading in its processing of thoughts. When I start a meditation with Om Namah Shivaya, initially that's the only thought being processed in the mind. After a few seconds, I realize that the mind would still be saying the mantra somewhere in the background. Strong thoughts are running about some other worldly object. Yes. Does this invalidate the meditation and confirm to what you said? Yes, you bet. I would say it invalidates the meditation. I would say that it is no longer meditation. Yes, absolutely. Because that means there is a distraction. There is a shallow, rote part of the mind to which the mantra has been confined. And it's almost like there is a stealth mantra that is going on in the background, and in the foreground, whatever one wants, thoughts are happening. So this is Vikshepa. And it's a very clever Vikshepa. It's not an ordinary Vikshepa. Clever Vikshepa. And it's a very common problem in most meditations. This is a common problem. You have to stop and you have to put the emphasis between the spaces between the chants. Then come back. And when you closely observe the spaces in between the chants, that is where the thought comes. Om Namah Shivaya, there is a space, right? Between the next one Om Namah Shivaya and the next Om Namah Shivaya, what is there? Space. And in that space, the mind says, "Ha, I'm free, I have free time." And then I'm supposed to chant, so the chant somehow continues, but then all kinds of thoughts also come. So you go back and do it again, repeatedly. And then with practice, it will be mastered. The second possibility, that's not there. Does it mean that the meditation is there, but similar to computer, we need to increase the priority to this process and no. I'm not even going to finish reading it. Enough. So, then, grace is indispensable in sadhana, say the saints. What is grace? Is it referenced in the Shruti? How to access it, and what are the various ways in which it works? So, grace, anugraha, grace. Even though we use the word grace, it is different from the grace that is talked about in Christianity. Amazing grace, etc. In Christianity, grace is dispensed by Bhagavan. Here, in our tradition, grace is earned through karma. Grace is already there, because it's not that you have to earn the grace now. Earned grace is already available like an aquifer underneath the ground. It is already there. Earned grace is already there, and then what? Then that grace has to be tapped. Pujya Swamiji always used to keep saying what? Tap the grace. Has to be tapped with new karma. It has to be brought out. Like the water diviner going with a fork, and then the place where it vibrates, that is where the water is very clearly available. So in this way it has to be tapped. And you tap it again through unleashing good karma, punya karma. And that is how the grace operates. Okay? Yeah. And we talk of Guru's grace, meaning the Guru should be ready to teach. So that is Guru's grace, and for that you have to convince the Guru that I am ready to learn. Because if one is not ready to learn, then the teaching will not take place. So then we have Shastra's grace. Guru may be ready to teach, but the Shastra and whatever is taught is not fully understood. The Shastra has to give grace. This is called Shastra Anugraha, Guru Anugraha. And to even go to the Guru, what do we need? Daiva Anugraha, Bhagavan's Anugraha we need. And the last one is what? Atma Anugraha. One needs to be open to the teaching. One needs to be open to letting the teaching flow. That is called Shraddha, reverence. And that is called reverence. And so, that is the grace. Then, in Mandukya Karika, Gaudapada is said to have posited Ajatavada and deny Jagat Jiva and Ishvara not as Mithya but as Asat. Is this the ultimate vision of no division of the Dhanyas? Do we as aspirants starts with Srishti Drishti and progress to Drishti Srishti before this Ajatavada? Is this the pinnacle of achievement? And are karma, dhyana, bhakti and jnana stepping stones? Yes. Next. So, Can you offer a brief meditation session for us? Yes, in fact, many. We will give many meditation sessions for you. All right, yeah. And when will you get it? Day after tomorrow. Yeah. That's done. Then the next one. When Vishayakara vrittis hijack the mind during meditation, there is a what? Upadrashta vritti that helps to turn to Brahmakara vritti, which is said to help unveil the ajnanam. Should we nurture this Upadrashta Sakshi vritti, and how to best mitigate the preponderance of Vishayakara vrittis that run amok? Okay, all right. So now Vishayaka, okay, don't worry about the terminology, all right, yeah. So, being with oneself, how to be with oneself, fall back repeatedly on oneself. The mind naturally goes towards the Vishaya, and then you bring it back. That's all it is. So the mind is with itself in natural repose, dhyayati, eva, as though it is falling back on itself. And then it sees something attractive, and then what happens to it? Lelayati, eva. Both are eva. You see, that this is what the point is. If the vrittis were real, then I have to say, okay, I have to go from the vritti of the Vishaya to Brahma vritti, and then in between Sakshi vritti and all these vrittis. We give them names, we give them lives, but they are all what? Eva. They are all eva. They are all mithya. Okay? These are just little... These are all for the teaching to take place. These are all pedagogical tools. We cannot say that the pedagogical tools are the destination. The tools just lead the way. You cannot confuse the tools for the sadhya. Tools are what? Sadhana. Sadhya is Brahman. The sadhya, which is Brahman, is gained in the form of a vritti, because every knowledge is gained in the form of a vritti. So even Brahman knowledge is gained in the form of a vritti. And so the vritti is kshanika. And when you are in the class and Brahman is being talked about, so what is generated is Brahma vritti. It's called Brahmakara vritti, even though Brahman doesn't have any akara. No form is there. And that no form vritti is Brahmakara. And then that is what constitutes all the aha moments in class. You say, yes, I got it. And so that Brahmakara vritti spirits away ignorance. So in the meantime, you can be more and more of a sakshi and less invested in the objects. More and more invested in the sakshi. That is a good habit. Please tell us the story of the simply sitting Swami. Okay, that we can do. How to best defend oneself from people who invite themselves. Where? On the pretext of doing satsang. And yet waste a lot of time talking about politics, real estates, etc. Leave, that's all. Why do you have to defend yourself? Get up and go. No, nothing to defend. Yeah. Get up, say thank you very much. Now I'm feeling sleepy, I'm going to go. Yeah, simple. how to deal with people who keep on talking on the phone. Even though you have told them that you are short of time, hang up. Yeah. Yeah. Simple.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So, simply sitting Swami. All right. So, this is during the British era. Pujya Swamiji's story. And at that time, the collectors were vultures and they used to come everywhere. See, that's how this all started. The state's interference in our temples. This is how it started, long back. And then the collectors would come and take stock of the expenses of a temple. In a small rural area, there was a small temple which very few people frequented, villagers. It was just for the villagers. And there also this collector made his presence felt and came and he said, I want to see who is being paid what. He said, oh, this is just a small temple. There's one head priest, there's one assistant priest, there's one lady who makes the malas and keeps the temple clean. And there's one Swami who just simply sits. SSS, simply sitting Swami. That's all is there. No, we still have to go over the things. They said, okay. And so they brought the khata, the accounts. And then the collector saw it. Head priest. And in those days, they were given money the money was given, the salaries were given in kind. And then the measure was called patta. So if you don't understand patta, think of it as a bag. So 4 pattas of rice, 4 bags of rice. Assistant priest, 3 bags of rice. And the lady who upkeeps the temple, 2 bags of rice. Simply sitting Swami, 1 bag of rice. It was written in the records, in the local records. And this fellow said, what? Why? So many things. Let's cut everybody's salary. And who is this simply sitting Swami and getting paid 1 patta of rice for simply sitting? What is this? So he revised the pay scale. Head priest, 3 pattas. Assistant priest, 2 pattas. The lady, 1 patta. Simply sitting Swami, nothing. 0. Poor Swami, one day he waited, second day he waited, no rice came. And then he went to the priest. What happened? The priest said, don't even come and talk to us. At least you don't have a family. We have families to feed and all of us are in a bad mood. All our pays has been slashed. Simply sitting Swami said, who did that? The collector. I think I can help. You bring him over here. Collector comes and first the simply sitting Swami tries to present the case on everybody's behalf. You see, everybody, they have families and all, and I also need why do you need your food? You are just simply sitting. What do you do? And the Swami says, it's not easy to simply sit. Why don't you have a go? First of all, to sit on the floor, think about it, And with great difficulty, he lowers himself, and then they bring 5-6 bolsters and everything in the back, in the front, on the sides. His legs are like airplane wings. They are going like that. He can hardly sit. He can barely keep balance. Everything is hurting. He's longing for Great Britain and to go back. And then he looks and sees who is coming, who are the bhaktas that are coming. Swami scolds him. What is this? I told you to sit. Am I looking out? No, I'm sitting. You also sit. Then he looks at it. After 3 minutes go by, he looks at his watch. Am I looking at the watch? I rise with the sun. I set with the sun. When the sun goes down, I know it's time to retire. You also simply sit. And then somebody delivers the paper into the temple. And oh, bring me the paper, he says. No, don't bring him the paper. He's sitting simply now. Let him sit. Few more minutes go like that. And then he said, I think I have to go now. Duty calls. The head priest, the assistant priest have to help him up because he can't get up. He hobbles out of the temple with, like this, all kinds of noises. Then he revises the pay scale, restores the pay scale, but with a little twist. Everybody gets what they got. Simply sitting Swami, 8 pattas of rice. That is the story of the simply sitting Swami. Then, all these questions from 9th chapter, 8th chapter we can skip because what are we doing? 3rd chapter. Yeah, see? That is good. Okay. So because there are too many questions, and so therefore some other time we will do that. Can you decipher the apparent conflict? Oh, this is also again, this I will address because this is a good one. Apparent conflict. Maya tatamidam sarvam jagad avyakta murtina matsthani sarva bhutani nachaham teshu avasthitah nacha matsthani bhutani pashyame yogamaishwaram bhutabhrit nacha bhutasthah. So this is in the very beautiful and important verse in the 9th chapter. 3rd and 4th verses of the 9th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. Very important, very beautiful. And they talk about the relationship of cause and effect, the relationship of the world to Bhagavan. So first, Bhagavan says, Matsthani sarva bhutani. In me, everything is. The whole universe is where? In me alone. The universe has its being in me alone. Nacha aham teshu avasthitah. I am not in the universe is in me. If this much is understood, then we have a problem. What is the question that comes? So, there is adhara and adheya, or ashraya and ashrita. So instead of one thing, you have 2 things. Adhara means something that is holding in me, that I am the holder, the receptacle. And then what is the other one? That is that which is being held, namely the universe. So we can't go away like this because this would not be a correct knowledge. This would be partial knowledge. So therefore, it is clear that we need to go further. And the very next verse says, Nacha matsthani bhutani. Nothing is in me. Look. Pashyame yogam aishwaram. Look at my magic. Look at my magical overlordship. This is magic. What this universe is magic. How it is being held by me, magic. You will never know. You will never know if you look at it as you look at everything else with the same eyes of division. You will never understand this. So therefore what am I? Bhutabhrit. I am that presence in all the bhutas. Bhutabhrit means I am the presence in all the bhutas. Nacha bhutastha. I am not in the bhutas. I am that whose presence makes the bhutas what the bhutas are, because of which the water is water, because of which fire is fire, because of which jivas are jivas. That Satchidananda presence I am, free of name, free of form, free of being any particular name or form, and yet no name or no form can exist without my presence. Bhutabhrit nacha bhutastha mamatma bhuta bhavanaha. Same thing. So this is what I said in the morning also. That's why I decided to take up this particular question, even though it is not pertinent to chapter 3. And what did I say? I said that from the standpoint of pot, clay is what? Intrinsic to the presence of the pot. But from the standpoint of clay, pot is an incidental expression of clay. So from the standpoint of the Jagat, Bhagavan is what? Intrinsic. But from the standpoint of Bhagavan, Jagat is an incidental expression. That we have to understand. When one abides in the self, the universe, people, body, etc. resolve in the self. And so will transcend the witness status also, as there is nothing separate to witness. No, because you see, even though you are technically correct, yes, witness status is not there, fine. But then you are still having a body and you are still in the universe, and so there will be things to look at, and then the witnessed will be there. But what will resolve is in your understanding that it's an as though witnessed. Sakshi bhava, sakshya bhava is an as though duality that you know. That it is not, it is from that, it is both are upheld by that same consciousness. You know that. So that's the only thing. Okay? So it's not that there is nothing to witness. Jivan mukta jnani, same. They are one and the same. Free while being alive. Okay, this is this tag, and now we have this tag. Goodness. Okay. We'll have to do something else about this. What to do? Because it's already time. So let's see what to do, when to do this, how to do this. So tomorrow we have, maybe we can have a, after lunch or something, we can have a session for these questions. Okay?
Somit, you can
Yeah.
take my class.
What class?
If you want to take my class.
I don't want to take your class. I want to no interest in taking your class. So, nice try though. So, what shall we do? So tomorrow will be a long morning. So maybe people need to rest or something. So we can, I know what we can do. We'll have the 4 o'clock class, right? After that we'll do this. Okay? Yeah. We'll spend some time doing this. All right. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.